Hello everybody, it's the Worm and I'm back with more Steins Gate. Whew, oh man, that was a lot last episode. And I'm still reeling in a way, but we'll get to that. First of all, I hope that you guys aren't troubled if you hear a bit of noise in the background. It is getting quite warm in my neck of the woods, so I have a fan on. I used to do that a while back for some of my earlier Let's Plays, but I haven't needed to for a long time. And it seemed to be okay back then, so I'm hoping it's okay now. It would just be terribly hot if I did not put it on. So I hope you'll tolerate that, and if it's too big of a, well, we'll just have to see. I think it's okay, but that's what that noise is if you hear anything. So last time I think I revealed just how how out of my depth I am when it comes to certain subjects, that being the various scientific fields, physics, the quantum stuff, just all of it. It's I am very much not. A lot of it goes over my head, unfortunately, but that's just the way I am. So we got, just to start talking about it, we got the 11 theories of time travel. And we only went into detail for about 2 or 3 of them. But I did decide to try and look up the others just to see what they said. And some of them were interesting. I found out what a tachyon is. Apparently it is a hypothetical particle that moves faster than the speed of light, but we have not found it yet. So, yeah, this goes along with what Chrisu was saying, in that a lot of these theories are sort of theoretical and not actually proven, or we don't have evidence for. One that I found interesting was this cesium laser theory. Apparently, how do I describe it? They had a chamber, a room filled with cesium gas, and then they, put a laser through it, and the laser went much faster than the actual speed of light, apparently. And so it was showing up at 2 places at once, or something. I'm not very clear of the exact details, but it sounds crazy. But yeah. But the common thread throughout all of them was either light speed or gravity, or that was a very. It's what we heard during the talk. It has to do with space-time and the effect gravity has on time, that sort of thing. And really, how do I word this? It's not just that. It's not just that I'm not sure that I have the mind for this sort of stuff, but there's something about it, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who's like this, but when we get into these huge concepts, like black holes and just the size of the universe and the powerful forces that are within nature, and I'm not sure how to specify it. I feel uncomfortable. I just do. I don't know how to explain it, really. It just, like, some people will talk about talk about science and stuff. It's like, oh, isn't this so cool, or isn't this amazing, or it's incredible how the universe is like this. But it just makes me, I feel stressed out, or I feel, I don't know. It's a lot. And this goes back to, I mentioned earlier, I have some issues with time travel as a concept. And again, it's not as time travel as a writing or story convention, or the scientific explanations behind time travel. It's more of a personal preference thing, and I said I'd elaborate later, and I still plan to do so when we actually get to some place that I feel it is appropriate to talk about. But I feel like we'll get there. It's just, yeah, it's similar to this unease I'm feeling right now. Again, that was vague, but it is what it is. Okay, let's move on from that. We've clearly shown where I am. I'm not an expert in, and would need supplementary information to truly understand. There are some. The craziest thing, though, to me, was the stuff about the phone. We got word from Daru this time that apparently the email, it was an email, it wasn't a text. The email we sent through our phone was apparently sent a week earlier, and the message got separated into 3 messages, and it was incomplete. Now, what in the world does that mean? I have no idea, but it's something. I'm sure it means something. Those details can't be insignificant. So I'll just keep that in mind. What's crazy to me, though, is so Daru has the memory of receiving, and it's in his phone. It said right there. It said July 21st, 12:56, I think, or it was sent. No, what was it? Hang on. I have this down somewhere. Let me find it. It was dated a week after I got it, yeah. Sent July 8th, 12:54. Received July 21st, 12:56. I'm just trying to wrap my head around that, and it's difficult for me to do so. So back to what I was thinking. Here's what I'm curious about. So he supposedly received this a week ago. Did Daru not ask Rintaro what the message was about? Because it says clearly, subject trouble from Ocarine. So he knows who sent it. Did he not ask Rintaro what it was about at the time, when he got it? It seems weird that he would get it and then just not really think about it for a week, only to bring it up now. So I'm curious if I don't know, maybe Daru... Because my original idea is that we sort of shifted realities. So maybe Daru did have a conversation with Rintaro about it, but it was a different Rintaro, or something like that. I don't know, just some idea. Oh yeah, and then we had our bananas turn into gelatin. I don't understand that. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to mention. Let's move on. We appear to be going to a shrine, so let's see what we find here. After parting ways with Daru at ATF, I head to the Yanabayashi Shrine. I need to get exercised. Oh, fair enough. I seriously doubt that the Makise Kurisu at ATF was a ghost. Regardless, it's natural to seek an exorcism after such an experience. I'm Japanese. It's in our blood. Oh, is it now? Okay. Yanabayashi Shrine is located on the other side of Kanda River. To find it, enter the first side road after crossing Mansaibashi Bridge. Then, when you reach a gate, go through it, and it'll be right along the river. It's a very small shrine that doesn't fit the surrounding multi-tenant buildings. Kanda Myojin is the more famous shrine in Akiba, but I deliberately chose this one. The shrine is so small you could easily miss it if you weren't looking. Regardless, I can hear the chirping of the cicadas from the few trees growing here. Hello, Mayuri. There are two people standing in front of the main building. One of them is Mayuri. The other is a docile-looking beauty in traditional Miko attire. Miko. Shrine maidens, priestesses in the Shinto religion. Miko typically dress in a white kimono with a red hakama, or skirt. Their role is to assist priests with performing rituals and events. Urushibara Luka. A stunning example of feminine charm and grace. Lips delicate like cherry blossoms in bloom. The essence of Japanese beauty. The chief priest's son. Son. Okay. That's right, son. Lovely in every way, but he's a guy. Alright. I'm sure there's a story here. Luca. He bows his head. Okay, so down here it says Rintaro. We got Ocarine from both Mayuri and Daru. Now we have Okabe-san. How do I refer to this man? The voice of a girl, the mannerisms of a girl. More feminine than any girl I know. But he's a guy. Taller than Mayuri, yet oh so slender. But he's a guy. Looks stunning in Miko robes, but he's a guy. Holding a bamboo broom, apparently in the middle of cleaning, but he's a guy. It's almost evening, yet still hot as hell outside, but he's a guy. Damn cicadas won't shut up, but he's a guy.
Lukaku yo. Omae, ore ga ataeta katana wa doushita?
He's a friend of mine. I call him Lukako. We met when I rescued him from aggressive photographers in Akiba's pedestrian heaven. Okay. Some neighborhoods of Tokyo, such as Akihabara, close main streets on busy shopping days. This effectively turns the street into one big sidewalk, facilitating pedestrian access. Well, that's interesting. So no cars. It's just all foot traffic, huh? Okay. It also so happens that Lukako and Mayuri are classmates. I learned that fact after I had gotten to know him. Lukako is taken aback by my sharp question. He starts fidgeting, a flushed expression on his face and tears in his eyes. What in the world are we talking about?
そうだ。あれはお前の力を制御するためにやったのだぞ。
ああ、秋葉の武器屋本舗で買ったやつでしょ。980円だっけ。
Bladeworks, fictional, one of the several stores in Akihabara that sell replica weapons. Items include Japanese Sengoku period swords, European middle-aged swords, and even suits of armor.
マユリ、それ以上言うと奴らに消されるぞ。この件については口を出すな。
You'll dispel the illusion. Don't do it.
消されちゃうの？オカリ、心配してくれてありがとう。でも奴らって誰かな？
Oh, that is the question. I ignore my Yuri's question.
それでルカ、妖刀サミダレはちゃんと使っているのか？
はい、1日1回は素振りを。
I see a skull. Hairpin.
あれを持ち、精神ざんまりを極めさえすれば、お前は己の内にある邪悪な炎に焼かれずに済む。
Demon sword Samidare may be an imitation sword, but that is the only form it takes. But that is only the form it takes to hide from the world. When one worthy to wield it appears, it unleashes its true power. And it was on sale for only 980 yen, tax included. Oh, fair enough.
あんな素敵なものをプレゼントしてもらえて、岡部さんには感謝しています。
俺は岡部ではない。
オカリンだよ。ごめんなさい、京馬さん。
分かればいいのだ。では合言葉を。
エルブサイコンガリュ
Kangaroo. Dang it. He's roped someone into this.
違う、コンガ流ではなくコングルーだ。
はい。エルブサイコングルこれでいいですか？
Lukako smiles happily as I nod.
ありがとうございます。
Such a lovely smile. But he's a guy. Yes, I'm
美しい師弟関係だね。マユシーは不女子じゃないけど、ちょっとドキドキしてきちゃうよ。
Uh-oh. Fujoshi. Term for female otaku with a particular interest in yaoi, or works of fiction that depict homosexual relationships between men, does not apply to female otaku as a whole.
まゆりちゃん、変な想像しないで。
Jeez. Though we do have a master-disciple relationship. I, Hyoin Kyoma, have gone to great lengths to brainwash, teach Lukako about the evil conspiracies that rule the world and how to resist them. That stuff about demon sword Samidare is part of the training. Looks aside, Lukako is very obedient and hardworking, plus he's always eager to learn new things. A master couldn't ask for a better disciple. Though he does have the weaknesses of not catching on too quickly and being too shy.
それでなぜマユリはここにいる？
ルカ君に会いに来たんだよ。来月のコミマでライネットのキラリちゃんコスをしてほしいってずっと頼んでるのに、ちっとも OK してくれないんだよ。
Komima? Fictional, the heroine of Rainet Kakeru. Her full name is Nishimura Kirari. Kirari-chan is a smart, athletic girl in the 5th grade. She's passionate about fashion and hates mushrooms. She's also cute and has good personality, making her basically the perfect girl. Okay.
だってコスプレするなんて僕恥ずかしいよ。でもルカ君は絶対似合うと思うんだ。こんな可愛い子が女の子のはずがないって大人気になるよ。ねえ、しようよ、コスプレデビュー。
It is an unwritten rule to use this phrase whenever you see someone who looks like a cute girl but is either of unspecified gender or is actually a boy. This expression is also used sarcastically with boyish-looking girls. Here's the Japanese. Mayuri's hobby is making costumes. She's made at least 30 so far, but it's rare for her to wear one herself. Instead, she seems to get her kicks from seeing other people wear them. And it looks like she's chosen Lukaku as her next target. Naturally, the costume Mayuri is currently raving about is for a female character. Normally, I would understand why a man wouldn't want to dress like a girl, but come on. Lukaku has no problem wearing Miko robes. Why should cosplay be any different? But whatever. I have business to take care of.
そんなくだらないことは後でやるんだな。
マユシーにとっては大事なことだもん。
俺にとってはくだらないことなのだ。それよりルカ子よ、俺がこの神社を訪ねたのは他でもない。お祓いを頼みたいのだが、やってもらえないだろうか。
お祓いですか？だったらお父さんに。
あ、いや、そこまで大げさにしなくていい。気休めでいいのだ。
That's why I came here instead of Konda Shrine.
というわけで、例のあれを持ってこい。
例のあれと言いますと、サミダレですか？
違う。お祓いに妖刀は必要ないだろう。お祓いと言ったらあれに決まっている。正式な名称は分からんが、棒に白い紙がふさふさとついていて、神主がわさわさと振るやつだ。
今のオカリンの説明、ゆとりっぽいね。
Quite a shock to hear that from Mayuri.
あ、おほぬさですね。でも、お父さん貸してくれるかな。
Onusa, a wand that is carried by a Shinto priest, adorned with shide paper. It is used in blessing rituals to ward off evil spirits. I'm pretty sure I know what they're referring to here.
ちょっと聞いてきます。
Lukaku makes a quick bow, then runs off toward his house, which is on the shrine grounds. Meanwhile, Mayuri takes her pocket watch out of her bag and checks the time. She has a pocket watch, huh? That is an intricate looking thing. My goodness. It's a very old watch, not the sort you'd expect a high school girl to be carrying. Its name is Pockety. Obviously that's the name Mayuri gave it, not its brand name or anything. Ever since elementary school, Mayuri has carried Pockety with her everywhere. It's her most important treasure.
じゃあ、マユシーはこれからバイトだからもう行くね。
そうか、頑張ってこい。バイトが終わったら直接帰るのか？
Mayuri lives in Ikebukuro. 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 No idea. She comes to Akiba by train just about every day. It should be obvious since we're childhood friends and all, but I live in Ikebukuro too. Though I've been staying at the lab since summer break began.
というわけで、また明日ね。
Okay, that's actually good to know. I was thinking the lab was kind of like an apartment or something that they were staying in, but I guess not. Okay, good to know. I call after Mayuri to stop her before she trots off.
マユリ、お前はあの時ラジカンで男の悲鳴を聞いたよな。
悲鳴？
Mayuri blinks several times, puts a finger to her temple as if in thought, then she gives her usual smile.
それっていつのこと？
今日の昼だ。
聞いてないかな。
そうか。わかった。だったらいい。
変なオカリー。じゃあね、トゥットゥルー。
I do have to say, I'm not sure if it's because, like, I think I mentioned I had heard this Tutoru saying before playing this. I just never knew what it was from. But I don't know if it's because I've heard it before or something. But it's just... How do I put it? Well, I'll just say it simply. It is pretty cute, I do have to say. Mayuri leaves, this time for good, though she pauses to wave at least a half-dozen times before disappearing beyond the archway. Ugh. Let me get a drink of water. Remember to stay hydrated, everybody. Very important.
Okabe-san, お待たせしました。
Lukako returns shortly after Mayuri leaves. In his hands were the white zigzaggy thing I asked for.
借りることができました。よかったです。あれ？まゆりちゃんは帰ったんですか？
まゆりはどうでもいいから、今すぐお祓いを始めるのだ、ルカ子よ。
You could just say yes, she did, but whatever.
はい、僕でいいんでしょうか。そもそも何に対するお祓いを？
Lukako is flustered. Is he really up to this? I'm beginning to doubt. I should have known better. The instant doubt touches my heart. A terrible chill shoots up my spine.
俺に取り付いた悪霊が。
I grab my violently shaking wrist.
静まれ、悪霊よ。急げ、ルカ子。このままでは俺は乗っ取られる。
そんな、岡部さん、しっかりしてください。
俺は岡部さんではない。
すいません、京馬さん。でも僕、どうしたら？
I wonder if Hoin Kyoma is a pun or something as a name. I don't know.
お祓いを急げ。この前教えた通りにやればいい。
はい。
CG? With a serious look on his face, Lukako grabs the Onusa with both hands as if it were a sword. His stance is impressive. I've taught him well.
えっと
His face is red and he can barely talk. It looks like he wants to say something, but is hesitating. Panicking because he feels awkward. Amateur.
頼む、悪霊を俺の中から追い出してくれ。俺はお前を殺したくない。
Lukako starts crying. Looks like he's really worried. Reason tells me he's a guy, but his lovely appearance makes me feel guilty. Like I made a frail girl cry. But despite the tears welling up in his eyes, it looks like Lukako's managed to work up his resolve.
悪霊よ。
He raises the Onusa up high, shaking it left and right.
岡部、じゃなくて、京馬さんから出て行ってください。
ああ、いいぞ。そのまま俺の腕にふさふさを当てろ。
The tip of the Onusa touches my upper arm. In an anime, this would be the cue for some dramatic shockwave to occur, but nothing like that happens. The only sound is the chirping of the cicadas.
どうですか？
I take a deep breath. The trembling in my arm has stopped.
大丈夫だ。悪霊は去ったようだ。よくやったな、ルカ子。
Rukako sighs in relief and blushes.
お役に立ててよかったです。
His shy smile really does make him look like a girl. After I get back to the lab, we're just done with that, huh? Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Let's just continue. Okay. After I get back to the lab, I take the broken TV down to the Brontube repair shop. That's not what that says. I take the broken TV down to the Brontube workshop for repairs. Daru and Mayuri have already gone home, so I have to carry the TV down the narrow staircase by myself. It's brutal backbreaking work, but I manage. Okay, we've seen this place in the opening. I push the workshop door open with my hips and head inside. The room is dimly lit by the setting sun, but the gloom is offset by the glare from the gigantic CRT in the center of the room. 42-inch CRT television. It doesn't seem like something you can get in modern Japan. With LCD TVs becoming the new standard, I seriously doubt anyone would want a bulky old CRT. I had a big, bulky CRT. Well, I didn't have it. My parents did. And it was a big box. So, it made fun noises when you turned it on and off, so, you know. I mean, as a kid, a TV is a TV, so, yeah, you're not really that picky. Oh, my goodness. Hello, sir. Jack Hummer? Are you, hang on. Are you... Where are my notes? Are you Tenoji? Or are you someone different? Sitting in front of the huge CRT is an equally huge man reading a sports newspaper. He's the workshop's manager, actually the owner of this whole building, Tenoji Yugo. I call him Mr. Braun. Oh, good one. I like it. It's a fitting name for someone who loves brawn tubes, and who works out apparently.
どうしたもこうしたもないですよ。あなたからもらったテレビが壊れた。
おめえ、俺のブラウン管を乱暴に扱いやがったな。
For some reason, I was picturing an old guy, you know, or something. Not this. I barely managed to set the heavy TV on the counter.
愛が足りねえんだよ、愛が。
Mail. Let's check. It's from Mayuri. That's right. We did reply to a Mayuri. And we did ask about the Upa. Upa is super... can I see what I sent? We can't. But it was about the Upa. Upa is super popular, you know, even more popular than the Hirokakeru-kun. You're so cute, I want to collect them all. It's like how you used to collect black fingerless gloves, remember? Wait. Attachment. We have 3 little Upas, and then a kinda almost ominous giant Upa in the background. Okay. Fingerless gloves, huh? Indeed, but you must never speak of that to anyone else. It is necessary to seal the abomination lying dormant in this right arm of mine. What is this? I have no idea who that is. I don't watch bad anime. Ooh. He just woke up today and chose violence. I don't want to be mean. Let's go with the fingerless gloves. Let's be a bit... Yeah, let's do that. Okay. I wonder how many... I mean, obviously this is going to be something consistent throughout the game, the cell phone here. But I do wonder just how many conversations and how many branches of conversations there are going to be. A muscle-bound, bald guy talking about love. It sends shivers down my spine.
修理をお願いしたい。最優先だ。
相変わらず変な話し方だなおめえって。
Yeah, I agree. I said this in one of the earlier episodes, but, you know, Rintaro's got this whole character going on. And I get it, and sometimes it's funny, but I was saying I'm a bit worried that it's going to start wearing thin a bit. And, you know, this is part of it. You know, he's just rude to people, and, well, I'm not a fan of that, so I guess we'll just have to see. Mr. Braun begins investigating the cause of the problem. With nothing better to do, I look around the store. I don't know if it's just the dust hanging in the air, but something feels stagnant about the place. There are CRT screens everywhere. The haphazard layout makes them seem like junk, but they're all functional according to Mr. Braun. He's got a full range of both old and new. Some of them are probably older than me. There are even some flat screen and HD CRTs that came out just before LCDs took the market.
今日は遅くまでやっているんですね。普通だったら夜7時には店じまいでしょ。
The crowds in Akiba thin quickly at night. All the major electronics stores close around 8 or 9 o'clock. And then, as if the liveliness of the day was simply a lie, the town goes silent.
今日はこれから客が来るんだな。
客？例の小動物ですか？
おめえな、俺の愛しい娘を小動物呼ばわりするんじゃねえ。
The manager glares at me and takes a photo from his wallet. It is a picture of a young girl shyly making a peace sign at the camera. One might assume this muscle-bound man to be some kind of pervert, but the girl is actually his daughter. She's about 12 years old now, I think. His love for her is second only to his love for CRTs. Or was it the other way around? I see her in the store every now and again. What was her name again?
ないの手出したらぶっ殺すからな。
That's it. Nai. A rare name that means to braid. She pops up at the store now and again, so we've interacted with her before. And by we, I mean my Yuri, since she's the only one Nai gets along with. Nai always hides when she sees me or Daru. I must admit, I'm impressed she can sense my aura of madness at such an early age. Mr. Braun makes a grandiose kissing gesture at his daughter's photo. Once again, shivers down my spine.
しかし、娘以外でこの工房に客が来ることがあるんですか？
I've been renting the second floor for about 6 months, but I don't recall ever seeing a customer. I'd be surprised if this place were actually making any money.
客っつうかなんつうか。
He puts away the photo and goes back to checking the TV, leaving me with that vague answer.
ああ、これは多分基盤のハンダ浮きだな。直せろぜ。
そうですか。ではよろしく。
Didn't you slap it, Rintaro? Isn't that what broke it?
待ってろ。見積もり書作ってやる。
金を取るのか？
Yes.
当たり前だろ。払わねえつもりだったのか。
このテレビはあなたからもらったものだぞ。
だからなんだよ。アフターサービスまでタダでやってやるとは言ってねえぜ。
おのれ。自分の間近のオンボロを押し付けておいて、その言い草とは。
うるせえな。だったら人ってやってもいいんだぞ。家電リサイクル法で回収費ももらうけどな。
横暴だぞ。人類史の未来を変えるやもしれぬ男からたかろうとは。
ああ、それ誰のことだ？
俺のことに決まっているでしょ。
歯磨いて寝ろよガキ。そもそも2階をただ同然で貸してやってるこの俺にそういうこと言うとはいい度胸だな。
修理代は弾むよ、ミスター・ブラウン。
In the end, I'm no match for him. In more ways than one, I should say. Just then, I hear the door open. Hello. I look up to see that a girl has entered the store. She's wearing a vintage jacket and tight shorts that highlight her long limbs and athletic figure. I find myself particularly impressed by her well-defined thighs. Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Suddenly, time stops. The world. Zawarudo. The power to stop time, one of the supernatural powers or abilities called Steins that appears in the popular manga Juju's Bizarre Adventures. Those with the ability to use Steins. They're so blatant in some parts, and then... No, the whole thing's just blatant, really. Tokyo Tomare, or something like that. It feels like someone activated Zawarudo. I was about to say, you're not Nai. You do not look like a 12-year-old. The girl's still standing there with her arm in the air. Her smile gradually fades into confusion. What kind of reaction was she hoping for? Seriously. Anyway, is she the person Mr. Braun was expecting? Maybe she's someone he knows personally. Another daughter? Or, dare I say, his girlfriend? She finally drops her pose and clears her throat.
さっき電話したアマネです。
Amane. Speak more, Amane. Your voice sounds familiar to me. And just like that, time starts moving again.
ああ、バイトの面接したいって子な。俺が店長の天王寺だ。
Job interview.
バイトの面接だと？こんな若い女性が？この新規臭くておしゃれ感ゼロで繁盛もしておらず無さいおっさんが店長のブラウン管工房にバイト希望だというのか？
おめえ、来月から2階の家賃1000円増しな。
俺は事実を言ったまでですよ。もっとも部外者が口を出す問題ではないが、しかしブラウン管工房がバイトを募集していたとはな。この暇さではその必要性を全く感じないのだが。
ああ、それは私が電話で無理って頼んだんです。
The girl looks a little embarrassed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who this voice is.
先 最初は断られたんだけどさ、店長さんにどうしてもお願いしますって。
That's honestly surprising.
今時珍しい若者がいたもんだよな。ま、そこの椅子に座んな、お嬢ちゃん。
失礼します。
Looks like they're going to have a formal interview. I was going to leave, but since Mr. Braun hasn't kicked me out, I'll stick around a bit longer. The girl's expression is stiff. I guess she's nervous. Just because of a part-time job interview. In contrast to how she said she wouldn't take no for an answer, she doesn't seem so enthusiastic.
で、名前は何だって？
天音鈴葉です。
Mane Suzuha.
年は？
18。
Same as me.
学生？
ううん。
She shakes her head.
なんでうちで働きたいんだ？
ブラウン管が好きだから。
採用。明日から来い。
She said the magic words. That's it.
それでいいのか？というかこれはコントか？もしかして仕込みか？
In a manner of speaking, yes.
ありがとう、店長さん。
Finally, Amane Suzuha seems to relax. Then she looks at me.
ところでさ、君は誰？
俺のな、聞きたいというのか？いや、やめておけ。それを知ることでお前にも最悪が降りかかるかもしれん。これまでも多くの人が俺の名を知ったことで機関に狙われた。アメリカのサラ、イタリアのクラウディア、フランスのシモン。これ以上誰かを危険な目に遭わせるわけには。
The way he was saying it at the end there. Huh.
おい、アホな妄想してんじゃねえよ。
He just doesn't understand my pain.
このバカ男は2階に曲がりしてる岡部倫太郎ってんだ。
岡部ではない。俺は法院。
うるせえ。家賃さらに1000円上乗せするぞ。
岡部倫太郎だ。
The girl stands up, places her hand on my shoulder, and looks at me with a serious expression.
君を狙ってるその期間ってのが何なのかわかんないけど、もし困ってんなら私に相談して。岡部倫太郎、そういうの慣れてるからさ。
Stuff like what?
は？
Yeah, stuff like what?
場合によっては手段を選ばず痛めつけてやることも可能だし。
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Brown、彼女は採用しない方がいいと思う。
Yeah, this is you've brought in a suspicious character here.
ああ、物騒だな。騒ぎ起こしたらクビにするからな。そもそも。
Oopsie daisy. I apologize for that.
ああ、物騒だな。騒ぎ起こしたらクビにするからな。そもそもその期間なんたらは岡部の創作だから。
せいぜいそう思ってるがいいさ。
But someday the world will kneel before me. Mwahaha. And then Amane Suzuha stares straight at me again. Maybe she has a habit of looking people in the eye.
そういうのが流行ってんだ。勉強になったよ。
Uh-huh. Trend. I don't think so. I got a weird vibe there. Like, is it gonna be? Oh my goodness! It's the next day. New mail. Hang on. Lukaku. About yesterday. Are you really okay with yesterday's exorcism? I feel like a more traditional ceremony would have been better. I'm worried something might happen because your exorcism might. Yeah. I'm worried something might happen to you because my exorcism was strong enough. It bothers me so much I can't sleep at night. P.S. Because of that, I couldn't do any more than 3 practice swings in Samadari. Oh my goodness. What are you putting poor Lukaku through, Rentaro? Wasn't bad, just a little clumsy. You're a servant of the gods. You need to project dignity and confidence. Work on it. What would a traditional ceremony entail? I need details. Don't tell me it's an ancient forbidden secret. Don't worry. Thanks for your exorcism, my right arm has been quiet for a while. Still, there's no telling what could set it off. If I'm forced to do battle again, let's just pray the organization of assassins don't find me. I'm not too much of a fan of any of these, but this is asking for more information. This one is saying not to worry and giving thanks, which is good. There's some merit to... I mean, because... to be fair, yes, Lukaku did seem... you know... a bit nervous, but it was a kind of silly situation that Rentaro was causing. I want to do this one or this one. Let's ask for more information. Let's go down that route. Oh, you know what? I forgot to save at the email. Dang it. Hang on. I forgot to do a save. Lock? That's before it happened, right? So let's do that. Yeah. Send. Let's make it a discussion. Let's talk about it. Maybe Rentar will agree to. Never mind. How long have I been going, actually? Oh, you know what? I think we're running up on time. Let's stop here instead of starting a new scene. So we had two big scenes today. Oh, what was that? I was in the middle of saying something. What was I about to say? Oh, what was her name? Amane Suzuha. She said some weird things. You know, 'cause here's the thing. I know, and the game has already discussed it quite a bit. Time travel, that's the thing, right? That's what we're doing here. So obviously I'm going to be on the lookout for any weirdness going on. So her saying things like, "Oh, that's the current trend," and then the weird thing she said before that. First thing that pops into my mind: is she from the future or something? Is she gonna be like my granddaughter in the future or some weird thing like that? I don't know. And then there's the whole thing where, why is she getting a job at this rundown little CRT store, you know? So, suspicious of her. And then doubly suspicious because of her voice actress. Of course. Yeah. Anything else I want to say? Oh, there was one thing I wanted to say in the beginning, but I forgot to mention it. So I was searching for tons of, well, not tons, but I was searching for those various time travel theories. And I saw a few different articles and news thingamajigs. And it was funny. I was scrolling down after, I think it was searching for the last one or something. And I saw one. It said 11 theories to time travel. And I thought, oh, that's interesting, because in the previous episode, Makisa Kurisu, in her speech, talks about 11 theories on time travel. So I clicked on the article, and wouldn't you know it, the 11 theories mentioned in that article were exactly the same as the ones mentioned in this game. And I was like, huh, that's interesting. And then so I mean, it was good. It was very brief, but it was also understandable to someone like me who is not who's not well read on these sorts of topics. But the funny thing was, I got to the bottom of the article, and wouldn't you know it, in one of the footnotes, it said the Steins Gate wiki as a footnote. So that tickled me a bit. So, you know, obviously, I don't know what year this game came out in, but it's been around enough that it kind of entered the public thought a bit. So that was kind of funny. In any case, I think that's all for me today. I hope you're doing well, and I hope to see you next time for more Steins Gate. See you then.